Bye-bye. And it sucks because that just makes my life a little more difficult than what it already is on a daily basis. And I'm adding more to my kids' plate than what they need, to have and what they ask to have. So it's a lot to swallow and it's a lot to take in. And it's a lot. Here, you use one of these tissues. Here. It's a lot. It's a lot to process. It's a lot. And then you already add in, everything else that we're already dealing with, and it's a lot. So then you have the factor that like my emotions aren't being validated or respected or considered or anything by those that it should matter to. Makes it even more difficult because the doctor brushed it off, like the nurse brushed it off. So I'm trying to still explain, and the nurse is like brushing it off, and at the end I had to literally be like, listen, I'm trying to explain to you, I'm having a situation with the scale in my legs. And she's like, well, that's a future problem. I'm like, yeah, but as the fact that this is like my doctor's office, Beva, can I get a tissue? The fact that this is my doctor's office and, I'm going to be coming here more frequently now, with all of the issues that I'm having, and this is going to be, a persistent future problem. I kind of want to jump on it now. I know we can't fix it now, but I can at least start getting, guided towards the right direction now, so I can start the process. And, being ignored is not the correct solution. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I was just trying to get you ready for the doctor. Okay, I understand that, but once again, you're still ignoring the problem, and that's not gonna help future visits. Oh, again, I'm sorry. That's not what I'm attempting to do. I can give you the office manager's number. Excuse me. I haven't eaten. She's not here. But my apologies. That's not what I was trying to do. I was like, okay, well, it was what you were doing. I understand it's not what you were trying to do, but it is what you were doing. Thank you for the information. I would definitely appreciate the office manager's number. And was that difficult? That's kind of like all you had to do the first time. That's kind of really all I was looking for. And then she realized that she really made me upset, which I did appreciate that, because most people won't, and they'll just keep pushing. And when she realized that she made me upset, she was like, would you like if, I leave and have somebody else come in so they can finish? And I was like, thank you, I definitely would appreciate that, because you did trigger my PTSD and my bipolar. So I did respect that about her, because like I said, most people will just continue like nothing, and they'll just keep triggering you, and then they get upset when you start responding back nasty because they don't understand why you're doing it. So in that time frame, I'm sitting there and I'm waiting. I have my arm in the sling. I'm holding my hands together because I'm holding my sweater. I'm waiting for a while. Nobody comes in. All of a sudden, the doctor comes in, and she's like, oh, where's, and I guess she was saying the nurse's name. And then I was like, oh, she went to go get another nurse because, we had a misunderstanding. And then she was like, oh, because she triggered me. She was like, oh, did she trigger your depression? I was taken a little aback, like, damn. Why are you rubbing Play-Doh on your cheeks, Tinker? Yeah. You silly. I was like, damn, like, hold on. Okay, no, I was like, she triggered my bipolar and my PTSD. So then she was like, well, okay, well, do you mind if we get started? And we can, like, finish that part after, the appointment. So I was kind of like, I was really more I was like taken aback even more because as my primary care provider, I was thinking that like you would be concerned with my mental health. Because if I walked out of that office in an unstable... Yes, baby, you can have one. Go ahead, pull. Because if I walked out of that office...
I gotta put Play-Doh on it.
Okay. If I walked out of that office with an unstable mind and something did transpire, it would fall on you, the primary care provider, because I just had an appointment and you allowed me to leave being unstable. But at this point, this primary care provider did not care at all that I was like completely like triggered. Like when I say I was completely triggered, I was taken back to my childhood triggered, like back to my egg donor, back to if I would have seen a hole in a wall, like I would have climbed into that hole in that wall and found something to cover it with, triggered. And I should have never felt like that at my doctor's office in any shape, way, or form, especially when that woman is miles and miles away. But this is how my primary care provider made me feel. So I was like, okay. So she kind of like went to ask about what happened with the nurse. So I go to the explain, and then she sits there and she's basically...
I told her mom.
So hold on, baby. She's basically somewhat arguing with me about like the conversation that I had with the nurse. And I'm like, how are you going to argue with me about a conversation that I had with somebody else that you were not standing there for? Oh, well, I was in the hallway. Okay, and you caught a brunt end of the conversation. And my office is right there. Okay, and you were eavesdropping from another room. Patient privacy in this location is so beautiful because you just proved to me that you were respecting my privacy by eavesdropping in my conversation with the nurse. That's one. Two, you're trying to defend somebody that you were not in this room for when your priority was supposed to be my mental health and me as your patient, not your co-worker. Because at no point in time was I hostile with your co-worker. I didn't even get loud, and she started claiming that I got loud with her. How? When I'm talking the same way that I'm talking now in this video, I was talking in the office. And then I was like, excuse me? I was not loud with her. I was like, but you can't tell me what we discussed because you were not in this room with us. I was like, she triggered me. Like, she understood that she triggered me. We were having a discussion over the scale due to my mobility. Well, did she get to put you on the scale? Did she get to put you on the scale? It's not. I was like, oh my God.
Mom?
I don't remember, honestly, if that happened towards the end of... Yes, you have to put that on the desk, okay? I don't remember if that happened towards the end of the appointment. Please do not quote me, because, again, my short-term memory issues are, like, really bad. Yes, please. They are really bad. If I don't write certain things down, I won't remember. I want to say that was probably at the end, because I feel like that's when I told her, you know what, can you please just go get the office manager, because I'm placing a complaint against you and the nurse. So I kind of feel like that was at the end. But yeah, I think it was, because she was like, you know, you came and you saw, and she said a name of one of the doctors that I did see, and I was like, who's that? That's how bad my memory is. And she was like, one of the doctors in the practice. I was like, oh yeah, I did make an appointment. And then she was like, you came here for, and then I was like, no, I came because I had lost my prescription. because I had lost my prescription. And then, remember, I had called in to see if you were able to put the prescription back in. Because, you know, one of the kids had lost it, since I do have 2 kids with autism. And the nurse did say that you didn't feel comfortable doing it. So I was like, okay. And I held off as long as I could. She was like, well, I did put a refill on it. Like, the whole time she's having an attitude. And I was like, I know. I used to work as a supervisor in a pharmacy. Because since she wants to talk to me like I'm a fucking retard. So I'm going to politely let you know that I do have an education, okay? So I was like, I used to be a supervisor at a pharmacy, so I know how it works. Which is why I called you first to see if you were okay with it or not before I called the pharmacy to try to attempt to have them fill it. Because she was going to educate me on how to fill a prescription. I already know how to do this, ma'am. So that's when I let her know that I am not. See, I'm going to get emotional again because I shouldn't have to go through all of this. I shouldn't have to tell people I have an associate's. I'm 1.5 years away from finishing my bachelor's. I just put my kids first and my education second. Like, I shouldn't have to do all of that to be treated fair. You know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't have to be that way. It's like people look at me and they look at what I'm going through and they just look at it like, oh, well, she's a crackhead, she's a meth head, she's a pill popper, she's a prostitute, she's this, she's that, she's whatever. No. I've been through tough times. COVID kicked me harder. And my health just kicked me even harder.
Mom, okay?
Yeah. So,
Mommy's sad.
I'm cool. I'm not sad. I'm cool. I'm cool, but.
You're sad.
Nah, I'm cool. And then, boo, why is the Play-Doh that I just bought you on the floor, my boo? That's why I said you're only supposed to play with it on your table, not on my bed, not on your bed, not on the floor, not on the paper towel, on your table. This is not your table.
See, this is my table.
No, that's mommy's bed.
This is my table.
No, that's mommy's bed.
That's my table.
No, that's mommy's bed.
That's my table.
No, that's mommy's bed.
Now see that.
No, I gotta finish, please. I gotta get this finished. Please go put the plate on your table. So, darn it, what was I saying? Shouldn't have did that, because now I forgot. But anyway, she couldn't have heard, I don't remember where I was exactly, I'm sorry, y'all. Darn it. She couldn't have heard, whatever we were discussing from the other room. So, yeah, that part, okay. So, I was like, I explained it, and she was like, basically with a whole attitude, she was like, well, I was like, I did call, that's why I called to ask you, basically, I know how it works, like, I worked at a pharmacy, I was a supervisor for CVS, I was a supervisor at the pharmacy and our front store. That's why I called first to ask you before I even, called the pharmacy. You stated that you weren't okay with it, so I waited as long as I could before I could have the prescription filled in because you did it for 60 days. I had lost it within 2 weeks of receiving the prescription, or I think it was within a week of receiving the prescription. So I was trying to hold off since you, didn't feel comfortable. So there was nothing else I could do. And that's why I called and made an appointment to come in to see if I can get the prescription. Plus, I was having issues with my C-section area. It was, I was getting like shaft infection because of all the weight that I'm losing and my excessive skin is just hanging, which for some particular reason they don't want to remove my excessive skin, which is causing so much problems. But anyways, so out of nowhere, then she goes, well, what did the doctor say? What did the doctor do? I was like, well, he came in, he was like, he was going to give me whatever soap for like the C-section, and that he was going to up the dosage because the dosage that you had provided was too low for, like all the issues that I had. Then she cops a whole attitude. for a white chick, she really did get a little ghettofied on me. Well, first of all, and I would show you my fingers, but I'm obviously using, one to hold the phone, because she did pull out her fingers on me. She started with the pinky. Wait, was it the pinky or the index? Nope, she started with the pinky, because that's important. Started with the pinky. First of all, I don't start off high dosages with new patients. It's my license. I was like, whoa. Excuse me, hold on. I was like, I did not even complain about the dosage or anything. I don't even like taking medication. If you go back to CT and you ask any of my doctors, they always have to fight with me about taking medication. I did not say anything about complaining about the dosage. And I did not say anything to you right now about complaining about the dosage. You asked me what he said. I told you what he told me. So why are you getting hostile? Why are you getting defensive with me? She was like, ma'am, I'm not getting hostile. You're getting hostile. I can have you escorted out. I was like, excuse me? I'm not getting hostile. Yes, you are. You're being hostile right now. At this point, I had enough. Enough is enough. No, and I found out, my diagnosis that I know nothing about. I done keep getting told about people that I can't feel how I feel, that I'm not entitled to have my feelings and my emotions. That is cool for everybody to feel how they feel about me or to express their emotions and their feelings however they want to me and about me, but it's not okay for me to do the same. My body is telling me the same thing. It's not okay for me to do the same because it's not allowing me to get agitated with other people. And it's not allowing me to yell and scream, but other people can yell and scream at me, and in the moment they do, my whole left side want to start acting up. So how is that fair to me? Even my body is not being fair to me. Like, my own body is against me. So, like, how am I even respecting my own feelings and my own emotions? I'm not. So how can anybody else respect my feelings and my emotions if I'm not even respecting them myself?